Hi everybody, and welcome to another week of Makers Monday. I am Anastasia Redloff, aka Stampin' Blondie, and I'm so excited today to bring you my annual Stuff Your Stocking Facebook Live. Now, this is my 7th annual Stuff Your Stocking Facebook Live that I've done. And the projects this year are so cute and they're perfect for any small gifts or goodies that you have that you want to place in somebody's holiday stocking. Now let me just make sure that I'm live here on Facebook. If you're watching, make sure to comment, say hi, let me know where you're watching from. It's always fun to see where everybody is joining me each week. I am also live over on YouTube. So if you're watching via YouTube, make sure to give me a shout out there and let me know that you are able to join me live this week. If you are catching the replay, make sure to post replay so that I know that you were able to join me these really fun 3D projects here today. Now, can you believe Christmas is in 2 weeks from today? And today is my very last Facebook Live of 2023. I take the last couple of weeks off in December just to be able to rest, relax, spend some time with my husband, and just overall recharge for the brand new year where I'm going to kick off celebration. Now, I actually don't have my catalogs here in front of me, but I have copies of the new catalogs. They are in my office, ready to be tagged and bundled up to be shipped out. So if you're not working with a current demonstrator and you haven't placed an order with me in the last 6 months and you'd like a copy of that new catalog, there is a link in the description of this video that you can request a free copy from myself. Hi Janice, I hope you had a great weekend. Now today, like I said, last Facebook Live of 2023, and I always do my annual Stuff Your Stocking as my last Facebook Live for the year. So what exactly is a Stuff Your Stocking? So this is the perfect chance for you to be able to create 3 3D projects for any kind of small gifts or goodies that you want to give in a holiday stocking. So before we get started, I do have Prize Patrol this week, so we can't forget Prize Patrol. Now, last week the prize was the adhesive backed snowflakes, a snowflake assortment. So this is what they look like here. There are 3 different colors, a couple different sizes of snowflakes. The winner of last week's Prize Patrol is Norma. Let me get that in the shot. Norma Bryant. So congratulations, Norma. Thank you for participating in my Prize Patrol and sharing my video last week. I do not have your address, so if you could pop me a message with your address, I will get these in the mail to you. And thank you for sharing my video. Now this week I have a really fun Prize Patrol. In the spirit of giving, I have a Stampin' Up! Golden voucher. So here is what it looks like. It is a $25 gift certificate. This is any product of your choice. So you can save this to use in the next January to April mini catalog. You can use this for annual catalog product, however you want to spend this. But this is our Prize Patrol for this week. So all you have to do is share this video and comment that you shared, and you'll be entered into a $25 golden voucher gift certificate. So it has a code and everything. I had to cover it up so you know you guys don't all spend the $25 right now, but you will get this golden voucher, and that is our Prize Patrol for the last Facebook Live of 2023. I can't believe it. The year has just flown by, and yeah, we are on our annual Stuff Your Stocking Facebook Live. All right, let me go ahead and swap the camera. Now, I wanted to kind of give a couple of details about these 3 projects. Now, normally I do a class to go, where you can purchase $35 of your choice of product, and I will send you this week's kit. Now, because we are so close to Christmas and these projects are Christmas themed projects, if you place an order of $35 or more using the host code that's on your screen, I'm going to send you a 35-page, 16 project, 3D, they're all stuff your stocking projects. So I am a part of a tutorial group, and these 3 projects that I'm going to feature today are on there. Now I've modified their look to work for what I have on hand, but all the details on the step-by-step instructions will be on that free project PDF tutorial. So just a little incentive if you are wanting the details on these 3 projects. I'm going to show you how to make them, of course, for Makers Monday here, but if you place an order of $35 on the website using the host code, I will send you the project PDF tutorial, 16 projects, all step-by-step, all 3D projects as well. It's 35 pages long. All right, let's go ahead. I'm going to swap the camera here. And these are the 3 projects that we're going to work on today. So here is one of the projects. Now this features the Stampin' Up! Nested treat boxes. These are in the September through December mini catalog. They come with 8 treat boxes, and it's a little slider box. So you can put candy in here, little small gifts, but this is one of the projects that we're going to work on. Here's the back side. So there's that. This is a really tall box. This is about 10.5 inches tall, so you can kind of see here. But this kind of opens, and it's like a milk crate, but you can put all kinds of treats and goodies. If you have teacher friends, you can put like Sharpies and dry erase markers and stuff in here. So this is a really fun taller size box. Now, if you are like me and you want to create some, adult themed projects for maybe a Secret Santa, you can put a bunch of these little like Baileys in here. It'll fit a couple of these. So this is a really fun gift if you're doing kind of an adult gift exchange, to put some fun different goodies in that one. Now, if you're wanting to make some kid projects, this is a really fun project. This is a hot chocolate holder, and you can put in a couple packets of hot chocolate actually, or if you want to do a hot chocolate and a gift card, this is a great option as well. Now, my sample, when I created this one, I glued the top together, but you can always not glue that part and then put in a gift card. So there is a slot on the top for you to put a sliding card in there, but I glued it together. So, but this is a really fun project. You can put, it's really wide. So those Hershey's Christmas trees will fit in here as well. So just a bunch of different kind of treat boxes that I'm going to show you how to create today. All right, let's get started. We're gonna work on this little box here first. Like I said, these are the Stampin' Up! Nested treat boxes. They come 8 to a package, and in the package, you have 2 of these very similar looking box templates. They are already adhesive. They have adhesive already on them. So no matter what skill level you are, you can easily put these together. They can be stamped on, spritzed. You can use Stampin' sponges on these to change it to whatever color you want. But I'm gonna be using the Joyful Specialty Designer Series paper. This was a online exclusive paper. So it has these Christmas notes and then this really fun plaid green. So let's get started with this box. We're gonna create the outside first. So the inside has this little notch, and this is the outside of the box. You can see it's already got adhesive strips on it. So the first thing we're gonna do is we're gonna take our bone folder. The strips of adhesive are the outside of the box. So all you need to do is burnish those score lines with your bone folder. So we're going to fold everything in here Hello, Polly. Hi, Shar. We've got some East Coasters and some Midwesterners here tonight. Char's from Wisconsin. Polly's from North Carolina. I think I saw, another North Carolina, Granite Falls, Tina. And then I saw Connecticut, Carol, Connecticut. All right, so there we go. We already have the outside of our box. It already comes pre-scored, so very easy. So what I'm gonna do is I'm going to take my pick tool and I'm gonna peel off one strip of the adhesive first, and that's gonna go on the inside here. So like I said, very easy box to put together. Because these come 8 in a package, now I know it may be a little late for that this year, but you can always prep for next year. These are great to create advent calendars. So 3 packages of these, and you can glue the boxes together, and then you have 24 days of advent. So just another way for these boxes to be used. So we're gonna tuck that on the inside here. And then one last one. Tuck that. This is always the hardest one because you gotta burst it there. There we go. And there's the outside of the box. Now we're gonna work on the inside here. We're gonna fold again, same thing, just like the outside. I really wanted to make an advent calendar with these, but I like to get fun advent calendars at the store. This year I got I love popcorn, and so I got a popcorn advent calendar. It has all these different funky flavors of popcorn. The only problem is all the popcorn is stale. Every single day that I've gotten so far has been stale. I contacted the company to let them know. They're actually based out of London, so I couldn't really get a refund from them, but I let them know, hey, this wasn't supposed to expire until April, but all the popcorn's stale. I'm gonna tell you, I'm still eating them. So far, I don't know how to pronounce it. It was spelled Banoffee, toffee. I don't know if that's Banoffee toffee. It was a toffee flavor one, and the popcorn was really good. Yesterday's was strawberries and cream. I haven't had that one yet. I have to open yesterday's and today's. So some good different flavors on there. I love popcorn. So I thought I'd give it a try. I won't be buying it next year, but it was still a fun little advent calendar to try. All right, so we have the outside of our box and the inside. So, well, if I could just put it together right, it'll just slide right in there. So there is your little box. The first thing we're gonna do, these are 2.5 by 2.5. And so we are gonna adhere this on. Now this front one, I'm only gonna add adhesive to the bottom and the sides of that square. So that's gonna go right here in the front. And I'm only adding adhesive there because you can see there's that little notch. So I know Stampin' Up! Doesn't sell it anymore, but I still save all of my circle punches. This is a 1-inch circle punch. And so the 1-inch circle punch fits perfectly around that little notch. And then we have that part cut out right there. The rest of these little pieces of green designer series paper, these are gonna go on the 4 on the outside. We're not gonna put anything on the bottom. You're not gonna see the bottom, so there's no need to waste paper. So we're just gonna add these around here, and they're very close to the edge. So if you decide to add this as an advent calendar, you may want to trim down your designer series papers a little bit. I just made mine so they would fit for this project, but if you decide to go the advent calendar right, you may want to trim it down just a little bit so it's not so covering the spot. All right, the back side here. There we go. And that last final spot. Now I'm using multi-purpose liquid glue on here just because if my designer series paper isn't exactly where I want it, I'm going to have a few seconds to kind of shift and shimmy my paper around to place it right where I want it to be. So there we go. And then that can go right in the front here. So our little box, nice and cute. In here you can put Hershey Kisses, those little mini candy canes that will fit perfectly in here. It's too small for like a gift card, but this is great for candy. This is a perfect box for candy. All right, I've already punched out a piece of gold metallic paper from the Happy Labels punch, and this is gonna go on the front here. Now I was trying to figure out what I could do to decorate the front. Now a lot of our Christmas tree stamps are just too big, but I wanted a little tiny Christmas tree on there. So from the Berry Christmas Designer Series paper, I'm just gonna fussy cut quickly out this little Christmas tree. And this is the perfect size for the front of the box. Now, I could have stamped a Christmas tree and I didn't have anything that was small enough to fit there, and I have a ton of this Bear paper, so I thought this would be the perfect choice for this little addition here. And I don't have to stamp, and it's got the little snowflakes on it already too. All right, and just round the top. And that's gonna go on, we're gonna add this with a Stampin' Dimensional. So I have all these like extra sheets of dimensionals that just have a little bit left. So these projects are gonna be perfect for that. So that'll go there. I have a piece of basic white cardstock, just a scratch piece of paper that'll fit whatever sentiment you wanna put on here. I'm gonna be using the Merry Christmas. This is from the Regal Reindeer stamp set. All the way back in August, I did my very first holiday card club. We used this. This is in our annual catalog. So if you are looking for a Christmas set kind of year-round after the September through December mini catalog ends and retires, and you want to get a head start on your Christmas cards for next year, the Regal Reindeer is in the annual catalog. So that's a great set. And there's reindeer dies to go along with it. It's not offered as a bundle, but there are reindeer dies to go along with that. All right, so I just took the edges and cut that at an angle. And on one side, we're gonna add a little bit of liquid glue. And on the other side, we're going to add a Stampin' Dimensional. That way it is flush with the Christmas tree. And right on top here. Then as the final bit, these neutrals sequins, they come in copper, white, bronze, and gold. And I'm gonna add 2 of the small gold little gems here. So we have the front of our box is decorated. And then one last thing, you have to tie every box with a bow. So this is the, this comes in a 2-pack. It's silver and gold. This is from the annual catalog as well. And you're gonna need about, I think it was like 18 inches for this. So we've got that. And then I found a little trick here. Now, when tying bows with a really long piece of ribbon, it can kind of be a little difficult. So flip it over. And what I'm gonna do is I make sure I have the middle of the ribbon. So here's the middle, right there. And I'm gonna take a piece of Scotch tape. Like I said, you won't see the bottom, so it doesn't matter. And then that'll hold the ribbon in place when you go to tie the bow. And you won't have the bow slipping and sliding all over the place because it's secured on the bottom. And now we're just going to tie that in a bow. And you can add a glue dot underneath this to really hold the ribbon in place. Let's see, come on, there we go. And there is our first project today with our Stuff Your Stocking Facebook Live. So very simple project to put together, very easy. You have that little slider box, you can put stuff in there. Now, this is a really great layout to do with other occasions as well. So if you are not really into wanting to gift these for Christmas, you can always make them for Halloween as well. So same layout, you can see I just changed up the sentiment, the designer series papers, and the ribbon. So a very easy layout to swap for different occasions here. So we have Christmas and Halloween, however you want to decorate these little boxes. Very fun and cute to be able to put those together. So I hope you guys liked our first project today. Now I need to figure out who I'm gonna gift these to. I think I'm gonna gift them to one of these to my UPS guy. He brings me so many Stampin' Up! Boxes, and at first he thought they were candles because the box says do not put out heat, so he thought they were candles, but definitely not candles, crafting supplies. All right, our next project, we're gonna create this little hot chocolate thing, and I've created a template. So if you guys want to do a quick screenshot of this, you can see. So you're going to need a piece of cardstock, whatever color you choose. I chose Balmy Blue, and it's 9 inches by 8.5 inches. Now we're going to do some scoring, and I'll show you and I'll tell you what long side, short side means. So we'll just put this over here and we'll get out our scoring tool. Now the scoring, Simply Scored, is great for any kind of 3D projects that you have. I love this tool because I do a lot of scoring, and when you're doing a lot of 3D projects, this is better than using your score blade on your cutter, your trimmer. So this is the Simply Scored tool. It has lines at every 1/8 of an inch along the top. It has a little trap door that I like to call it on the back. I took it off. I took my door off. It kept getting caught on things. All right, so like I said, you need a piece of cardstock. Mine's Balmy Blue, 9 by 8.5. So we're gonna score it on the long side. So the long side means the 9 side, and we're gonna score that at 1 inch and 5 inches. 1 inch and 5 inches. Kind of hard to see with this color of paper, but actually, did my score line jump there? Okay, it jumped a little bit, so let me make that a little deeper. 1 and 5. Now you're gonna turn this to the short side, the 8.5, and you're gonna score it at 5 3/8. So that's in between the 1/4 and 1/2 inch. So 5 3/8. And 6. Okay, so we can put this here for a second. Now on the template down here, so here is what my little design looks like compared to my template. Kind of hard to see to get all of it in the screen, but you understand. So down here we have a little teeny tiny box. We're gonna score this at the 1/2 inch mark, so along the 9 inch side again at the 1/2 inch, which is 1, 2, 3, 4 over 1, 2, 3, 4, and we're just gonna score that up to this first line. And then also at 5.5 and 6. So right here we have 5, and then we're gonna go 1, 2, 3, 4. So that's 5.5, and 1, 2, 3, 4, that is 6. And you're just scoring up to that first score line down here at the bottom. Okay, we're gonna put that off to the side, get that out of the way. Now we're gonna do some cutting. Now, because these are bigger pieces, I like to use my bigger scissors. It just gets in those little areas a bit better. So right here, we have a little tab, and we're gonna cut out that tab. So let's see, we're gonna cut this out right here. So we have this is gonna help fold up that top portion of that, where the pocket is that the hot chocolate goes in. So that little tab gets cut off. And then right here we have a really long box. We're gonna cut that whole box out and this box right here. So we'll cut the smaller box out first. And I can cut this at the same time. Just want to make sure I'm looking at my guide and cutting the right spots. I always like to have that guide to make sure I'm telling you the right things. Right, and there we go. So we match our guide here. All right, we're gonna flip this over and we're gonna use our bone folder to crisp up our lines. We're gonna fold everything in so you can kind of see it's already taking shape here. Got our little pocket for our hot chocolate. Now with this hot chocolate, there's still room to add, again, a regular size candy cane, a mini candy cane, those pretzel rods that are dipped in chocolate, that would work. Maybe a little bag of mini marshmallows. So there's still a lot of room in here for other items. And this one is gonna fold right here. All right, so here is our box that's taking shape. So, like I mentioned earlier, I accidentally glued my pocket here. So I'm not gonna glue that. So you'll see how this goes together. So what we're gonna do is this tab right here, I like to use tear and tape adhesive for these kind of things. Tear and tape adhesive is great if you've never worked with it. It's instant. You don't have to wait for anything to dry, which is great. I love tear and tape adhesive. So this little tab, we're gonna add tear and tape to the outside of this. And then this part here, just make sure I'm doing this right. Yep, this part here we're gonna pull off, and this is gonna close. So now we have that true pocket that you can put just a piece of cardstock with maybe a ribbon that'll help pull out that. This is a cute liquid glue holder. Where can I find one? I got this on Etsy. If you just search on Etsy, it is called a it's 3D printed. So you can just look up multi-purpose liquid glue holder or Tombow glue holder. And there's all different like styles and colors. Mine's really gunky, so disregard that part. I've had it for quite a few years. But yeah, I love it. It holds it all down, and then I always have glue at the bottom of my holder there. All right, so we have a piece of designer series paper. This smaller piece is gonna go right here on the front. So we're gonna add this right there. We're also gonna add a piece on the back side here. And this is just going to kind of coordinate with that front piece. This is why I like to use the liquid glue. If it's not right where I want it, I have time to move it around. There we go. Now on my sample, you can see I rounded the edges of my designer series paper. after I did that, my corner rounder broke. So I won't be using a corner rounding punch for my projects here today, but if you want to, you can always round the edges. I don't even know what happened. I have it right here, and when I punch, you can see the whole bottom of the punch just comes right out, and it doesn't punch correctly anymore. So maybe Santa will bring me a new corner rounding punch for Christmas. So here is that inside piece without the rounded edges. And we're just gonna add some of that glue here. And this will go right on the front. And now we're going to tuck this in. Now on these two tabs here is where we're gonna add our tear and tape. Again, we're gonna flip it on the back side just so it's easier to lay that tear and tape down. These, I prefer the tear and tape over the liquid glue, especially for this part, just because once you have it lined up, it just sticks right on there and it's so much easier to be able to put it together. All right, peel off the adhesive back. And we're gonna create that little pocket. So we're gonna do one side at a time. So this is gonna tuck in, and that's going, just make sure it's all lined up here. Right there. And you can take your bone folder and put it on the inside here and just kind of using the flat part of your bone folder, just put that right on the inside there. And that'll help flatten it out and lay it on the bottom. And then this same thing on the other side, just make sure it's all lined up, and then gently press and use your bone folder to really get it adhered together. All right, so we have that little pocket for our hot chocolate, and now we're going to decorate the outside. So I have a punched piece of basic white cardstock. This is with the hexagon punch. Here's what that looks like. This is right now an online exclusive item, but it is carrying over to the January to April mini catalog. So I'm really excited about that. We're gonna use the Berry Cute stamp set. This is probably the #1 stamp set I've used all Christmas long. And we're gonna use the Warm Wishes and this little snowflake right here. So the Warm Wishes is gonna be in Misty Moonlight. And that's just gonna go right in the middle. Yes, I hope Santa brings me a new corner rounder. Maybe I'll make my husband watch this video later. He'll probably ask me, what's a corner rounder? And I'll have to show him an Amazon link. All right, because my grid paper is tucked behind my computer right now, we're just gonna use a Post-it note and that balmy blue ink with that little snowflake. We're just going to stamp in the upper corners of that. So there we go. Although I think my mom is watching. Mom, you can send me a corner rounder punch for Christmas. I'll send you an Amazon link of which one I'd like. So there is our sentiment piece. Now we're also going to use, this is some huge ribbon. This is the 7/8 of an inch natural finish ribbon. This is huge. I rarely use ribbon this big, but it's perfect for this part of the project. So we're gonna take our box, and I just probably want about that much to hang off the edge. So I want to measure that out. All right, let's see if we keep going. Let's see if this keeps going. Let me refresh my Facebook and see if I'm still live here. There was, let's see, exit. I'm on my touch screen, so let's see. Hopefully we're still good. If I'm back, give me a thumbs up. Hopefully I am. All right, we're gonna keep going. It says I'm live and recording, so we'll keep going. My Facebook is delayed a few seconds, so it sometimes takes. Okay, I'm back. Thank you, Carol. Thank you for letting me know. Again, last week we had internet issues. This week, internet issues. Who knows what the problem is? I say it's the internet. So we have our natural ribbon, and we're just going to gather it on this side. And that same gold ribbon from our last project, we are going to tie into a bow that kind of cinches this little part right under here. So we're just going to cinch that here. And I'm glad that I'm back. I don't know, like I said, with this program that I use to be able to dual stream to Facebook and YouTube, just a pop-up comes up and it says stop broadcast, but I don't want to stop broadcasting. I want to keep going, so I just hit the button and see what happens. All right, so we've got our little bow tied over here, and now our sentiment piece, we're going to add some Stampin' Dimensionals to this, but we only want to add it to the top and the bottom because it's gonna go right across that ribbon. We don't want to add any dimensionals right to the middle. This will help kind of hold it right over the ribbon, and the ribbon won't kind of wiggle around. All right, so there we go. There is our second project today. You have the little hot chocolate holder. Like I said, you can put a candy cane in here. You can even wrap this in a bag with another bow on top if you want. This is a really great gift to add multiple things to it. Unfortunately for this one, the Baileys won't fit in here. Maybe you can kind of put it off to the side in a bag. But this is our second project today with our Stuff Your Stocking Facebook Live. I hope you guys like this one. This is a really fun project. To be able, there's so many different things that you can add to this little pocket too. And then, because I didn't glue mine together, you can add a little card in here if you want to personalize it just a little bit more. So I hope you like this one. This is our second project today. All right, our last project here is this fun little box. I love this one, and again, the possibilities are endless for this one. It's bigger, so you can put in, let's see, you can put some multi-purpose liquid glue in here for your crafting friend. You can put chapstick, candy, just a whole bunch of different things in here for this little box. Okay, so again, on this one, I created this little guide so you can see. It is cardstock 8.5 by 10 1/4. So 10 1/4, 8.5. And I'm gonna show you the scoring and also different things. I have a notch here, so I'll tell you what all that means. Now these little lines here, we'll get to that when we get to that point, but let's go ahead and bring in our scoring board again. So we have that and our piece. This is garden green cardstock. So on the short side, the 8.5 inch side, we're gonna score at 2 inches. Oh, I want the bigger score end. 2 inches, 4 inches, 6, and 8. So 2, 4, 6, 8. Now we're going to rotate this 1/4 of the way. So you're on the long side and you're gonna score at 2 inches and 8 1/4. Okay. Now we're gonna flip this back around so we're on the long end. I have here where it says notch top at 3 inches and 7 inches. So what that means is just take your little tool here, and at 3 inches, I'm just gonna make a little indentation. I'm not going to bring my score down or anything. You can just see there's a little notch at the 3 inches and 7 inches. All right, and we're done with that. Now for this project, you will need a ruler, and I'm going to continue to use my stylus tool here. But at that 3-inch notch that we did, from that little middle piece here to the corner there, let me kind of bring it up to the camera. So we have the notch here, and then to this corner, we're gonna draw a score line just with our ruler and our stylist. So we're gonna go from the 3-inch to this corner, the 3-inch to this corner, same thing at the 7-inch. You're just creating a diagonal score line. So you can see here, let me tilt it. So we just created, they're a little more faint because obviously we're not using the Simply Score tool to do the diagonal line, but you can still see them and it'll still work perfectly fine. So I have my ruler and my stylist, and I'm just going to create my own diagonal score lines. Now this may be a little more advanced for some, but it's all scoring. So once you have everything scored, it's very, very simple to put this box together. So we've got that 7, same thing, create that diagonal score line. Hope you guys can see this on camera. Yeah, it looks like you can. And that last one. There we go. So we just have, it's easier maybe to see on this side. You can see those little peaks that we created there. All right, on here, I talked about these little black lines. So what we're gonna do is these black lines, we're just going to cut 4 times. And then this little piece here where the X is, we're gonna cut that whole piece out. So just right up to the score line, we're gonna cut those. And again, I like to use the bigger scissors for these just because it's a little bigger area. This is going to create the bottom tabs of the box to help fold it all together at the end. So there, and then this little tab here, the whole thing is going to get cut off. And there we go. From here now, so we have all of our little tabs at the bottom cut and then that piece. We're going to use our bone folder and crisp up all of our lines. So take that and just fold everything in on itself. Now we'll get to the diagonal score lines in a minute here. The first thing, we're just going to fold all of this in, and then the top as well. Here we go. Now the diagonal lines on the box, we kind of have this like I said, the milk crate look, or the milk carton look. So we're going to take these and we're gonna fold them so that it pinches in, just like old style milk cartons. So you can just fold your paper in, kind of stick your bone folder in there and crease up those lines. It's a little tricky, but it'll help. You don't have to do it perfect. You just kind of want to fold them in right now. And then once you get the box together, you can kind of pinch it closed just a little bit more. So the bone folder with its pointed end really helps get in there on these. And there we go. All right, now we're going to adhere it. So you can kind of see, here's the whole box. We've got the ends together that'll pinch, and then we have the bottom of the box. So like I said, it's very simple. Once you get those score lines done, it's very simple to kind of put it all together. Tear and tape is the best option for this box. So I'll show you how easy it is to glue it all together when you use the tear and tape. But one long strip on that little tab, and we're going to peel that off, and I want to show you a trick to kind of lining this up and making it work perfectly. There we go. So you could try to put it together this way, and it's a little difficult to do it that way just to make sure everything is lined up straight. So a great tip fold that over, and there's your box put together. Very simple to do it that way. Everything is lined up when you just fold the adhesive side up and fold that right on there. So here is the little box. Now, like I said, you can kind of pinch these a little bit better now that the box is put together, and then it gets there. Now, before we adhere the bottom pieces together, we're going to decorate the outside here, just to make sure it's a little easier to adhere stuff when it's flat than when it's on a box. So I have 4 pieces of Real Red cardstock and 4 pieces of Shining Brightly Designer Series paper. This again is another online exclusive designer series paper, but we're going to take these pieces of Real Red, and each one is going to go along the outside of our box here. So we're just going to add these right there. And this is going to go right on here. So very simple to put it together when it's flat rather than trying to adhere this all to the outside of the box. Right. Does anybody else have any ideas of what could go in this box? Like I said, candy and lotion. Oh, those like Bath and Body Works lotions. I shared a box yesterday of those Bath and Body Works lotions, but these would fit in there too. So I'm just trying to think of other things that, because this is a taller box, you can fit a lot more things into this one. But candy canes, wondering if maybe like K-cups, maybe K-cups would fit in here. I have some in my kitchen. I should check after this to see if they would fit. You could probably fit maybe 3 in here. That would be a good gift. K-cups, hot chocolate K-cups. I have some of those too. I love hot chocolate. All right, so we have our third piece here, the third panel for the outside. And there we go. Lay that on there. And then our last piece, this right there and right here. This is liquid glue is best for this part, but the rest we use that tear and tape, and the bottom we're going to use tear and tape for as well. And there. So now we can glue the bottom pieces together. Actually, sorry, I misspoke. We're not going to use tear and tape on the bottom. We're going to use liquid glue on the bottom pieces. So we're going to fold all of these in. We're not going to glue them just yet. I'm just kind of helping that score line get to where it needs to be. And whichever tab you want to go in first, it doesn't matter, but you're going to add liquid glue to the first one. And what I like to do is just kind of work my way around the box. So that's going to go there. And we're going to add more liquid glue here. And then this one will go down. And then our last one, oh, let's add a little more glue to that one. And that one will go there. Now, I'm going to stand that up and again, take my bone folder, but I'm going to use the rounded edge this time. And I'm just going to put my hand in there and tap my bone folder around on the bottom to help really get those fibers all glued together on there. Now I found in my craft supply these little mini clothespins. We've had them, I think Stampin' Up! Had these a while ago, but even if you don't have the little mini clothespins, any kind of little pins like clamps will work. So even those jewel, like the binder clips, will work too. So we're just gonna put that on the top to hold the box closed. I have a piece of basic white cardstock. This is cut from the Nested Essentials dies. And we're going to use the trees from the Regal Reindeer and also the sentiment. It says, wishing you a wonderful season filled with all the good things that warm your heart and lift your spirit. So with the tree in the sentiment, it works really well with this box style. Just gonna use this spare piece of paper I have on my desk for this, because the tree we're gonna stamp off a little bit. So I just wanna make sure my grid paper is covered by my computer over here. So we've got our tree and some garden green, and what we're gonna do is we're gonna ink the tree up, but then we're gonna stamp off. I don't want the tree to be super dark because the sentiment is black, but the trees I just want to be a little hint in the background. So we're gonna stamp off and then stamp onto that die cut piece. So it's not super dark, but you can still see that the trees are there. And we can move this out of the way. So there's our die cut piece. And then our sentiment is just gonna be in regular tuxedo black ink. And that's gonna go in the middle. So we have a little sentiment there. We're gonna add this on with dimensionals to the front of our box. I chose, so the little folded in edges, I chose those to be the sides of the box and the flat end to be the front and the back. So we're going to add our dimensionals on here. And that's gonna go in the middle. And then again, with the neutral sequins, we're gonna use these like kind of frosted white color ones. And we're gonna add 2 up here. These are the smaller size. And then 1, come on, there we go. 1 just right down there. And there is our last project today with our Stuff Your Stocking Facebook Live. I hope you guys loved these projects, but I'm gonna bring in all 3. Let me know which one is your favorite that we created today. We have our tall one, we have our hot cocoa packet, and then our little gold music box. So let me know which one is your favorite here today. I'm really looking forward to putting some fun goodies in these and gifting them to friends or coworkers, and just really excited about what you guys come up with to put inside these as well. So let me know in the comments which one is your favorite here today. All right, well, thank you everybody for joining me today for the very last Makers Monday of 2023. I cannot thank you enough for supporting me this year on my crafting journey and really getting to spend every week with you crafting side by side. I hope you all have an amazing holiday season, whether you celebrate Christmas, Hanukkah, or everything else in between. I look forward to crafting with you in 2024 with many more projects to come. Happy holidays, and until next time, have a wonderful rest of